Denise Nkanya, chef da Casa Militar do Presidente da República.
Military officers in Guinea-Bissau announced that they had taken total control of the coup-prone West African nation on Wednesday. They immediately closed all borders and suspended the electoral process just 3 days after the general elections. The declaration came after heavy gunfire was heard near the presidential palace earlier in the day, with soldiers in uniform blocking the main road leading to the compound. In the afternoon, General Denis Nkanya, head of the Presidential Military Office, informed the press that a command made up of all branches of the armed forces had taken over leadership of the country until further notice. He made the announcement while seated at a table surrounded by heavily armed soldiers. A senior military officer told AFP anonymously that incumbent President Umaru Sissoco Embalo, who had been favored to win Sunday's election, was inside a building behind military headquarters, along with the Chief of Staff and Interior Minister. However, it was unclear whether the president had been officially detained. Both Embalo and opposition candidate Fernando Diaz had already declared victory in the presidential race. Official provisional results had been expected on Thursday. Guinea-Bissau has experienced 4 successful coups and several attempted ones since independence. In his statement, Nkanya claimed that the military had uncovered a plot to destabilize the nation involving local drug lords, adding that weapons had been imported into the country to disrupt the constitutional order. He further announced that the entire electoral process had been halted, all media programming suspended, and a mandatory nationwide curfew imposed. Guinea-Bissau, one of the world's poorest countries, had long been a major transit hub for drug trafficking between Latin America and Europe, a situation worsened by chronic political instability. The National Electoral Commission was also attacked on Wednesday by unidentified armed men, according to communications official Abdurrahmani Jallo. More than 6,780 security personnel, including members of the ECOWAS Stabilization Force, had been deployed for the elections and post-election period. The country's 2019 presidential election led to a 4-month post-election crisis as both leading candidates claimed victory. That election featured Embalo running against Domingos Pereira, the candidate of the PAIGC, the political party that successfully fought for independence from Portugal in 1974. Notably, the 2025 elections excluded the PAIGC and Pereira after the Supreme Court ruled that the applications were submitted too late. In 2023, Embalo dissolved the opposition-dominated legislature and has since ruled by decree. The opposition described the exclusion of PAIGC from 2025 elections as manipulation, insisting that Embalo's term expired on February 27, exactly 5 years after his inauguration. Uche Jacinta for Eagles FM News.
Militar para a restauração da ordem nacional. Muito obrigado.